A citizen-based mobile tracking app which allows Nigerians to send on-the-spot feedback on project implementation and promoting public accountability by the federal government has been launched in Abuja.
That's right. And during the launch of the Presidential Delivery Tracker and website developed by the Central Delivery Coordination Unit of the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, Boss Mustafa, said the website will serve as a means of disseminating information on public service delivery to citizens, receive feedback from the populace, and suggest ways of improvement. It will coordinate the activities of government agencies towards the delivery of the vision of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration.
Central Delivery Coordination Unit, CDCU, is one of the innovative ideas of Mr. President, established in the year 2020 with the key mandate of tracking the implementation of policies, programs, and projects of ministries along 9 priority areas of federal government. The unit also identifies and resolves issues that create bottlenecks and impediments to the delivery of presidential priorities.
The Delivery Tracker is an important initiative and should be encouraged across the 3 tiers of government. It's important that citizens not only provide feedback on the implementation of government projects, but that citizens can demand actions if projects are not delivered.
As we aim to gradually close the gap between the different classes to bring joy to a greater number of Nigerian citizens, the Federation remains committed to ensuring accountability and transparency. And I'm also confident that at the end of this administration, Nigerians will have experienced the well-deserved change that we promised.
The CDCU intends to empower citizens to make their voices heard, build citizens' engagement programs that work, and participation that increases benefits if discussed with the people. Since citizens are strongly driven by psychological and intangible factors, such as trust, as well as a sense of civic duty and belonging.
Well, for more on this, let's bring in the Permanent Secretary, Cabinet Affairs Office of the Secretary General of the Federation. I think that's wrong. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, which is the SGF.
Yes.
And that's Mr. James Sule. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
I almost
for
messed
joining
up
us.
your office and your position. But we got it in the end. Right. How exactly does this work? Yes, we understand everything that has been said, citizens' participation, accountability, transparency, but in real terms, in practical terms, how does this work?
It's a new initiative. We tested it before the public launch today.
Right.
And it works in a way that the citizens can access it if they have a smartphone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to Play Store and download the Presidential Delivery Tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Then you navigate through it. You want to see new projects, you click on it. You want to see projects around your area, you click on it. Then if you have any feedback, you can then send your feedback. If you have pictures, you upload them, and then the CDCU administrator will look at it. If it is questions to be answered straightforward, he gives a feedback. While if it is something that is to be forwarded to the relevant MDA, we do that. Then the National Servicom office will follow up so that they will ensure there is a feedback to the person who initiated it.
Right. In the past, there's been Servicom, there's the Due Process Office, and what have you. As a matter of fact, the Freedom of Information Act was also meant to open up government and governance to see to ensure there's transparency and all of that. How exactly is this different from this PDT, that's Presidential Delivery Tracker that you talk about, and the timing? I mean, this is the twilight of this administration, and this is coming just now. Just imagine if this had been in place since the first year of this administration.
There's a time and a place for everything. This initiative is in line with increasing global demands for government to open the governance space for citizens to participate. And with the advent of technology today, you realize that it bridges the gap between the citizens and government. With this, the interface is between government, not going through a third party.
Right.
And if you look at it, we collect data from the ministry directly.
Okay.
And then we validate it through spot checks, analysis, and then it's not enough. We felt that there should be a third layer, which is the citizens. Then the CDCU triangulate the data collected from the ministries,
The MDAs.
MDS,
Right.
and then compare notes, and then if there are areas to be addressed, it becomes obvious that the ministries or MDS are not saying the truth if there is variance with the information we are getting from the citizens.
Right.
But when you say, if you have a smartphone, you download this at the App Store,
Yeah.
have you not left out a vast majority of Nigerians who do not have access to smartphones?
You know, it's better to start
Okay.
and then improve. You recall when they started the mobile phone, it was only the elites that could afford that.
Sure.
But gradually, if you go to the villages, our great-grandparents have phones today. We are also working on other avenues. There will be town hall meetings,
Right.
radio, there will be other social platforms, and other things that will come up in future.
Right. It's very interesting to hear the British official, the UK government official there say that this should be reflected across the three tiers of government.
Yeah.
I wonder how soon that's likely to roll out. And he also, in addition, said that the UK government is saying that government officials and contractors should face sanctions if, the programs are not implemented. Apparently, I'd like you to speak to how soon this will roll out in other parts of the country, at least the three tiers.
We have autonomy in the three arms of government. That notwithstanding, we've started at the federal level, and I can assure you that there are a lot of there are about four states government interested in the delivery. They've paid visits, understudied us. The last one was the commissioner from Anambra came last week and then promised to write officially for them to visit us. And with this, you can see that there is synergy between the federal and the state.
Will the government at the center be waiting for the states to do the approaching, or are you going to be bearing down their necks to say, look, you have to buy in on this?
The autonomy of the states, you cannot bend them down to do it, but you can only encourage it, and through the good works you are doing, whatever is good is good.
Okay.
They will copy from us.
So how does this take away the bureaucracy in government? Because you say, there's a time for feedback.
Yes.
How long is that time? And Ngozi did touch on accountability and people answering for, their deeds. So for instance, I have a project, a road in my area that has been abandoned,
road, for example.
But I do see a signboard that this has been allotted to some construction company.
Or even completed.
Yes.
But,
and I come on that platform and I report. How soon do you get people to answer for, their deeds?
There is no time frame for now, but I'm assuring you that once we receive that feedback from any citizen and we finish our investigation, definitely there will be sanctions on those who abdicate their responsibility. Thank God Dr. Chris Pycroft raised that issue. You are aware at point in time the president sacked 2 ministers. It was because of the scorecard that was developed from the central delivery unit that shows no performance in some in the sectors that were.
Before we let you go very quickly, I mean, there are 9 priority areas, and I looked through, I didn't see much about security, where people can actually give you feedback on. Yes. Is that part of the priority areas?
Okay. Security for all.
Right.
Is part of it.
Okay.
There are relevant ministries, departments under that priority. It is a cross-cutting priority. You find interior is there, finance is there, police is there, army is there, the NSA and so many other, but there is usually a lead agency.
Right.
So it is being addressed squarely.
Thank you very much. Permanent Secretary James Sule, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Thank you very much for joining us on News Night.